Hey everyone, I am back in New York. I was thinking of doing this video outside and walking around the city, but it is pretty darn smoky right now. I might just do this video inside. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience making 140 laptop bags in the Philippines in 1 week, packing it all together, and bringing them back with me here to Manhattan. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Aaliyah Lane and I live here in New York City, and on my channel I share my journey building my business from scratch and sharing some lessons that I learned along the way. And I might create a video here and there about other interests that I have, such as traveling and other adventures I get myself into. And so the first part is the bag making process, and this process took a bit longer than I had planned, and that is because my bag maker who I previously used told me that he did not have the capacity to fulfill my order due to the influx of orders that came before mine. And so learning that, my mom and I started canvassing for other bag makers. We asked our family, our friends, really anyone we knew in Davao to see if there are other bag makers. And we had a few leads. One really good lead came from my mom's dress designer. This guy was based up in the mountains about 50 minutes away from the city, so it was quite a drive. However, we saw his facilities. He had 10 to 15 sewers, about 10 sewing machines, a bunch of bag materials. And after interviewing him, learning about his background, his history, and also him reassuring us that he'd be able to make 100 plus bags in a week, I felt comfortable enough to give him all of my bag materials and submit an order. And after that, we agreed upon a price. Within that week, we were in contact with one another. You know, he was asking me questions about some design specifications about the bag, and so I felt pretty confident that he's going to be able to fulfill my order. So when the day came to pick up the bags, I got a message from him saying that the price per bag is going to increase, and it was a significant increase, which I was not expecting at all. After receiving that, we went back and forth trying to negotiate a price that we were both happy with, and essentially we did. My mom and I went back up to the mountains, picked up the bags, paid him, and driving back down, I realized to myself there should have been a contract or an agreement in place, so there can't be any more changes. I had that for the previous bag maker. However, with the time constraints in this situation, I was just super thankful to find a bag maker who can make the bags, and it just didn't occur to me to put this in writing. Well, a couple lessons learned here is, one, always have a contract or an agreement in place with any business transactions. Get everything down in writing so both parties are well aware of what's agreed upon. And then two is always have alternatives. Plan B, plan C, plan D. That was a lesson learned from my previous bag maker. I definitely lost time trying to find other bag makers, where if I already had one in place, that could have saved me more time. Alright, so for the second part was the packing process. And the packing process was a bit of a challenge because I was super determined to fit as many bags as I could in my luggages, at the same time working with the restrictions of my airlines. So the game plan was to use these two boxes and my luggage. My mom and I took some time trying to fit as many bags as we could. I then had an idea of using vacuum sealed bags. And so my mom and I went on a hunt to find these vacuum sealed bags. We went to multiple department stores, hardware stores. Finally, we did find a hardware store that had these vacuum sealed bags. And so I bought like 15, maybe 18 bags, and we tried them out and it worked. I was able to bring all the bags with me. The only thing was that I did not have any space for my clothes. And the only things I brought back were just a couple pair of pants, some hair tools, and my electronics. Alright, third part is flying home. Flying home was also a bit of a challenge. One, I was flying all by myself with a bunch of luggage, and knowing that when I get to Manila, I have to transfer to another terminal, go to the shuttle, that kind of made me nervous a bit. And then two was I had to talk to immigration once I got to Manila because I came into the Philippines using my US passport. And when I did that, I did not realize that I'm gonna have to be paying a fine because I stayed more than a month. So I wanted to avoid that and talk to immigration, tell them that I'm a dual passport holder, and I wanted to see if I could work that out over there. However, all of my concerns were put to rest as everything worked out. Each concern just went away as I took it step by step. So when I got to the Davao airport, porter helped me out with all of my luggages. And then when I got to Manila, another porter helped me with my luggages, pulling it off the conveyor belt and finding a car and helping me get to the shuttle bus area. And he was able to put all my luggages on the bus, and then the bus driver also helped me take out all of my stuff out of the bus and put it onto a cart as well. And so that was great. And then once I got to Terminal 1, which is the international terminal, I finally got to speak to an immigration officer, and he told me that all I need to do was to tell them that I forgot to show my Filipino passport and they will stamp both of them. And that was the case once I got to the actual booth. I told them what happened and they stamped both of them. So I didn't have to pay any penalties. So that was wonderful. And then as I made my way to JFK, I first had a stopover in Korea. That was about 5 hours. And then from Korea to JFK, that flight was another 15 hours. So it was a pretty long trip coming back to Manhattan from Davao. As I got to JFK, I went through the process of immigration. I found my boxes and my luggages, carted my way through. I saw my boyfriend at the greeting area and we just Ubered back home and everything was great. And so a lesson learned here was not to overwhelm myself. To do the preparation, just think of it in bits and pieces and just take it step by step. And so now I'm home and I'm now shifting gears from designing and making the bag to now marketing and selling the bag. I will be launching my second collection early this summer, so please stay tuned. If you like these videos, please hit the like button. If you want to follow my journey and see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!